Hi, I'm Vanessa Garcia, and I'm a writer and a PhD candidate at the University of California, Irvine. I'm working on a book called Our Cuban Routes.
Yeah.
My fascination with Cuba has been lifelong. I'm an American Born Cuban. My parents are Cuban, and I was raised Cuban. I spoke Spanish before I spoke anything else. Since I was born, I've been hearing about a place, living a place. Everything I ever knew was Cuba, 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 and I've never actually been there. Our Cuban Roots is about American-born Cubans like myself and their relationship to Cuba. I, as an American-born Cuban, have had to take so many alternate routes to get to my roots. This is pretty common among American-born Cubans because of the economic embargo that the U.S. has against Cuba, but also a familial embargo. Our families have a complex relationship with the island, and it prevents us from returning, or in our case, ever going. About a year ago, Raul Castro opened up Cuba a little bit more for Cubans within the island to travel. So I've been meeting a lot of Cubans of my generation born inside the island. The book that I'm writing now is about trying to understand Cuba as an American-born Cuban and trying to understand the Cubans of my generation on the other side. The idea is to represent a contemporary Cuban reality on both sides of what I'm calling this watery border. Basically, instead of going to a publisher right now and asking for an advance, I'm coming to you guys. We're trying to raise $12,000 in order to make this book happen. My aim is to go to Cuba this year and see what Cuba is like right now, which will be a huge part of the book. I'm going to have to travel to Cuban enclaves all over. I have a series of interviews lined up with American-born Cubans in places like Miami, Tampa, Union City, places that are known to have these Cuban communities, but also other places around the United States that are not as well known. The more money we make on this campaign, the more people we can interview, the more places we can visit. I think that this book is really important right now because Cuba is changing. It's a very different Cuba than the one my parents left. I think it might even be significant to Cuban-American relations in the broader scope. While this book is about American-born Cubans, it's also about all of us Americans. It's kind of a new American identity. What this is basically is a dialogue that hasn't really happened until now. I definitely can't do this without your help. I'm really excited about it, and I hope that you are too. And thank you for listening to me, and hopefully we'll work on this together.